work on that. Okay, so hello friends, it is Thursday, May 14th, and we're gonna talk about our fitness for the day. Let's do it. All right, our warm up today, 3 rounds of a 100-meter jog, 8 arc pause slides, 8 PVC thrusters, 8 hand release push-ups, and 8 sit-ups. 8, okay? Sub the usual cardio stuff for the jogging if you don't have a place to jog, but if you can get outside, by all means, do it, all right? Then grab your PVC, those arc pause slides, about shoulder width grip, thumbs on top in that lobster claw position. We're gonna get into that sort of good morning position with our feet about shoulder width apart, pushing the hips back, soft bend in the knees, nice tension through the hamstrings, torso as close to parallel to the ground as you can, arcing that PVC up until you get a little bit of resistance, elbows go out, squeeze the shoulder blades, bring that PVC back wherever it naturally goes, extend and back down. So arc, pause, slide, and reverse. Nice and slow and thoughtful on those, really warming up the back and shoulders as well as the hand, all right? Going into some PVC thrusters, bar the shoulders, elbows up as high as you can get them with that PVC, full squat down, thrusting up overhead to that fully locked out position, all right? Hand release push-ups, just like a regular push-up, but getting that chest all the way down to the ground, lifting those hands just far enough that the piece of paper can slide underneath it. That shows us that your chest is all the way down there, and then pressing back up normally, and then 8 sit-ups, rolling on through that for 3 rounds, getting things nice and warm, not too crazy fast, just how we like it, okay? And then take some time to go through the PVC group circle, get things a little bit more warmed up before we roll into our strength and technique work today, which is gonna be some clean technique. So, as per usual, you'll start with the Bergner clean progression, roll through that to get the clean muscles firing up how we'd like them to, and then you're gonna go through this little complex. It's gonna seem very familiar, very similar layout and structure to our snatch work the other day. So as far as rounds go, just a reminder how this is gonna work. If you're working exclusively with a PVC, we want you to go for at least 12 rounds just to get a nice volume of work in, even though you're not working with a lot of weight, but treating that PVC like it's heavy and like it's giving you some feedback, all right? If you have a barbell and weights, you're going for around at least 6 rounds, all right? If you do some sets with the PVC, maybe bump that up to something a little bit higher, but feel free to add weights to that and challenge yourself, which is why you're gonna do less rounds than if you are just using the PVC, okay? So our complex for the cleans is 1 clean deadlift, 1 hang power clean, 1 front squat, 1 jerk, and then finishing it out with a single clean and jerk, okay? These should all feel pretty familiar to you at this point. We'll go through them, starting with that bar in your clean grip, about a thumb's distance outside the thighs, thumbs around the bar, fingers over the thumbs in that hook grip, okay? Feet always starting right underneath the hips, toes slightly out. For that hang deadlift, clean deadlift, we're starting from that mid-shin ground position, so we're pulling from the ground, chest nice and upright, hips just above the knees, lots of tension through that posterior chain, pushing through the ground, driving those knees out of the way, scooping the bar into the hip, just one of those. Then, going into our hang position, just above the knee again, for our hang power clean. So remember we talked about this with the snatch the other day, we need to make sure that we actually shift our weight back a little bit, so I have tension through the hamstrings here, shoulders over the bar. We don't want to be here to start because then we have nowhere to go. So giving me that good hinge, shoulders over the bar, starting by driving through the legs, scooping to the hip, popping, catching in that powerful power stance position, elbows in front of the bar, slight bend in the knees. You'll also note that my feet move out into my squat position, so I can immediately then go into my front squat. Elbows nice and high, chest tall. With this PVC, I kind of got to jam it into my neck carefully, all right? Don't do anything crazy, but that's going to allow you to give me that good front rack position and not this, all right? Then, coming out of that front squat, you're going to need to bring your feet back underneath your hips for the jerk of your choice. Push jerk, dip, drive, rebend, or split jerk. Feet underneath the hips, nice tall chest, dip, and catch. Take some time here, pause, make sure that you're feeling the proper landing position, heel on the ground, knee right over the ankle, toe slightly in. And on this back leg, my back knee is bent, my heel is hinged up and out, okay? When I recover with that bar overhead, I bring the front foot back halfway, back foot comes to meet it, then the bar comes down, okay? And then finally, finishing with a full clean and jerk. So back from the ground, driving through the legs, popping, catching that full squat, standing up, reset the feet, and jerk. Perfect recovery. Ta-da! Okay? One quick time through the whole thing, just so you see the whole picture. Clean, deadlift, hang, tower clean, front squat, jerk, having so much fun, and clean, and jerk, okay? So take yourself through that, be thoughtful, take your time to kind of self-critique. If you need help with that, shoot a video and send it to us. If you can't join the Zoom call, we'd love to give you some feedback, so don't hesitate to ask questions, okay? Then we're gonna roll on to a fun little workout today. We are calling this Franish, because it's kind of like Fran-ish, okay? So traditionally, Fran is 21, 15, 9 thrusters and pull-ups, okay? We're gonna put a little bit of spin on that. You are going to start each round. If you see the little asterisk here, those represent a 200-meter run, okay? As usual, if you're not able to get out and run, do an appropriate cardio alternative based on your space and your equipment, but you're starting each round with the run. Then you're doing pull-ups and thrusters, okay? So last week we did some pull-up work. We shared some videos. I think we may reshare those links again just to kind of give you some options. If you came up with an alternative to pull-ups that works for you, maybe if you tried that bed sheet row, that one's kind of cool, do those here. If you have a pull-up bar in your house or in your garage or whatever, by all means, use that. If you do not have a pull-up bar, you haven't found another alternative, you got TRX bands, those are great, okay? If you don't have anything else, you're gonna do some rows, okay? So if you have that barbell, we're gonna do that hinged over position, butt back, nice flat chest, flat back, there we go. And then rowing that barbell up to the sternum by squeezing through my lats, keep my elbows in nice and tight. So if you look at me from this angle, I am bringing my elbows in tight, I'm not flaring out this way. That bar is hitting me right between the sternum and the belly button in here, okay? Sorry, that's not a good example. This is a good example, okay? And not letting it float out away from you this way, keeping it pretty close to the body, down by the knees. If you don't have a barbell and you're using a kettlebell or a dumbbell, if you're using a single one, holding it with two hands, so we're replicating that 2-arm pull for a pull-up, same position, rowing up to that sternum area. If you happen to have 2 matching weights, similarly hinged and rowing up to the armpits, okay? So lots of choices there. Find one that works for you. And then thrusters. If you got a barbell, use the barbell. You guys know all these options. Just gonna roll through them really quickly. If you have a single kettlebell or dumbbell or weight, you can do either a single arm thruster, okay? And just sort of split the reps evenly. You can do a goblet position here, driving it up overhead. Or if you've got those matching weights, you've got your double arm option. Hard, but fun, okay? So, if you love Fran, you're bound to love this even more. So, let us know if you have questions on that. Should be a fun one. Have at it, okay? And then you will finish your day today with core work. So 20 toes to the weight. We've been doing these for the last couple weeks here. So grabbing your dumbbell or kettlebell, just to sort of use that as a mount, like we would do toes to rig, but sort of simulating a toes to bar. So grabbing that weight, trying to get the arms as straight as you can. I know I'm long, you probably can't see all of me, but I'm gonna squeeze my legs together, bring my toes up to the weight, fold over as much as I can, and then lower down with control. Stop right before you hit the ground, and back up again, rolling through the back, okay? And then your 20 hollow rocks, getting into that perfect hollow body position, nice tight core, C-shaped position with the body, extending the arms and legs as much as you can, and tight little rocks, maintaining that tight hollow body position. Okay? That's all I got for you today. Let me crawl back over here to say goodbye and have a lovely day and have fun fitnessing. See you tomorrow.